and creativity in non-stop hacking, where our participants are engaged with challenge on different topics, developing projects and applications. The Big Hack, it's part of the Maker Faire Rome, and it's addressed to a very large and interested potential audience, represented by students, startuppers, developers, engineers, designers, and makers. The event is presented and actively promoted by Regione Campania in cooperation with the Apple Developer Academy and the University Federico II of Naples. The aim of the event is to stimulate the dissemination of digital skills and bring young people closer to the study of scientific subjects through a creative process of sharing and contamination. Our challenge are proposed by 10 companies, Eni, Almaviva, Ente Autonomo Volturno, VMware, Defense Tech, Tail, Salenia Space, Telespazio, Acea, So Resa, and Campania Region, and Techno. We count today more than 300 participants, hackers, but more are coming until tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They will have time until tomorrow, Sunday, June 26th at 8 p.m. to present their project. So let me now leave the floor to Giorgio Ventre, Scientific Director, Apple Developer Academy. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning. It's a pleasure for me to give you the word. Welcome to the Apple Developer Academy. It's a pleasure for me to start again with the Big Hack. I would say the Big Hack is back, and it's a good sign, a good thing. This year, the Big Hack is sort of part of the celebration that we have been doing here at the Apple Developer Academy, because we went back again with the Apple Developer Academy. So for us, it's very important to host this event. We have been involved in this hackathon since the very beginning, and I would say now is part of the our every academic year events. To me, I believe it's important to make every day a link between what we do inside the academy and the companies. So we are very proud about the fact there are many challenges, very nice challenges brought by very dynamic and innovative companies. Let me, first of all, I would like to thank Regione Campania for arranging the event in our spaces. And of course, I'm very happy that also this year, the organization has been made together with the Maker Faire and the Nova Camera and the Chamber of Commerce in Rome. And so for us, it's something that always starts a lot of excitement. We are happy to see that we have 300 participants. It's very important. Many of them will be here in presence in our spaces. So it's fun that our students will be here. But I also want to say hello to everyone who is going to participate by remotely. That's something very important. And so I do. Let me wish you all the best. I mean, I wish that all of you will be having fun in these 2 days. I'm looking forward to look at all the proposal challenges that will be done by the students. And I'm sure that on Monday evening, when we are going to have the celebration for the winners, I'm sure that as every year, all of you will be winners, because just, being here, work together, work with these companies, work on these challenges. It's something that to me is a very important victory. So welcome again, and buona fortuna, in bocca al lupo.
We have now the contribution of Luciano Mocci, the president of Innova Camera, the special agency of the Rome Chamber of Commerce, promoter of Maker Faire Rome.
Edizione 2022 del Big Hack di Benvenuti tutti, partner e partecipanti. È un onore e un piacere che si rinnova ancora una volta sapervi tutti pronti a infondere le vostre migliori energie in questo lungo weekend di creatività e innovazione. Con questa edizione 2022 The Big Hack di Maker Faire Rome The European Edition giunge alla sua sesta edizione. A questo proposito vorrei ringraziare, oltre il team di Maker Faire Rome, anche la regione Campania, promotrice del Big Hack, e l'assessore Fascione, in particolare per la sua determinazione, la sua visione, l'entusiasmo che profonde in questo progetto. La Apple Development Academy, nella persona del suo direttore, il professor Giorgio Ventre, che anche in questa edizione ha coinvolto i suoi studenti e la sua community nazionale e internazionale. Grazie a voi tutti. Ormai i partecipanti che si sono avvicendati nelle varie edizioni sfiorano il migliaio e i partner che si sono affidati loro per la soluzione di challenge sono decine. Possiamo dire con orgoglio che che Big Hack è cresciuta ogni anno in dimensione e in qualità e anche in premi, perché la competizione è una parte importante di questo format. Mettere a fattor comune le proprie conoscenze, aprire gli altri alla possibilità che insieme possono dar vita a soluzioni inaspettate e del tutto nuove è un messaggio potente, forte, soprattutto in questi giorni, in questi mesi difficili che stiamo vivendo, che allo stesso tempo però ci rilanciano anche verso nuove sfide. L'innovazione ci ha dimostrato già tante volte che scommettere su di essa vale sempre la pena, anche quando non funziona così come noi vorremmo. Maker Faire Rome è una scommessa che da 10 anni rinnova la sua sfida a costruire insieme un presente e un futuro migliore per tutti. The Big Hack ci offre ogni anno la conferma che tutto ciò è possibile. Auguri, buon lavoro a voi tutti. Grazie.
Valeria, se per favore può attivare il microfono, grazie mille.
Sorry. So we have now Valeria Fascione, the Regional Minister for Research, Innovation and Startups from Regione Campania.
Good morning to everybody. It's a very great pleasure that we are here today for the 6th edition of the Big Hackathon. We are in a marvelous place in the Apple Developer Academy, so I start by thanking Federico II, the University of Naples, and Professor Giorgio Ventre for their ability to host all of us here today. And then, of course, I want to thank the president of Innova Camera, Luciano Mocci, for their support, and also the European Maker Faire, with which we are working together since the first edition, and also Codemotion. But first of all, I want to thank all the students, the makers, the researchers, all the people that join us. We are 300, a community of 300 innovators, and we will work together for these two days. And I want to remind you that last year, when we concluded the edition of 2021, we concluded with a promise to have a next edition with a broader approach, an international edition. And now here we are. It's a big hack along the world. I don't know how many international participants are with us, but I give them my best welcome. I want to say that we had a very fantastic experience also in the past edition. so that we decide to make a permanent platform starting from the hackathon, realizing an open innovation platform where the same methods, the same stimulus coming from challenge launched by large companies that were worked and solved by a community of entrepreneurs, startups, researchers, innovators. We want to let this platform be permanent. So we have an open innovation platform that now hosts more than 1,700 participants, and we had the pleasure to have more than 50 challenges from 50 large companies. So it was a great success for us. And I'm sure that also this edition, where we have 9 partners, some partners were very affectionated to this kind of job, and we have also some new partners. So every year the community of partners become more great and more committed. And I can just finish by saying to all of you, good luck. Try to be inspired also by the speech that now we are listening by Alessandro Londei. Welcome, Alessandro. And you have time to do things with your competencies, with your inspiration, with your patience. And I look forward to meet all of you Monday in the late afternoon to see the results of your personal challenges. Good luck to everybody.
So thank you, Councillor Fascione. And as the councillor already presented, we have now Alessandro Londei, senior researcher, Sony Lab, with his inspirational speech, Imagining AI.
Yeah, thank you. Let me start thanking all the organizers who invited me in this special event. I'm really very excited. I've been asked to give some motivation to all the developers and people making this activity of the big hack. And yeah, I want to warn you that apparently at the first stage, possibly I'm going to be a little bit demotivational. Just because I want to talk about my main field of activity and from the scientific point of view, and some concerns that are following what I'm doing every day. So let me introduce myself. I'm Alessandro Londei. I work at Sony CSL Labs. And Sony CSL is not, there are not laboratories involved in industrial and commercial activity. Mainly, we are all the scientists working here. There are 2 main centers in Japan and 2 in Europe, in Paris, and now in Rome. We are absolutely free to explore new activities, new ideas, to explore science and technology without any kind of constraints. The Rome laboratory is mainly involved in sustainability issues from the urban point of view, from passing through the information sustainability of newspapers and news in general, and in my case, for what concerns the creativity, both in the human and in artificial side. So I think that we can show my slides, so I can start talking about the real topics. I'm not sure if they are already shown.
Alessandro, you're not sharing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. This is a very good point. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. So I decided to propose this title, Imagining AI. So the point is, why should we imagine an AI, since we are embedded in a world that nowadays offer artificial intelligence solutions at every step on the internet, especially with services, with a lot of features we can use to improve our life. So what is the point? Well, the point in my opinion, also, that we don't really know what intelligent is. And this can seem a provocation, but actually there are not really solid definitions of intelligence, both on the mathematical and theoretical side, and neither on the psychological side. Actually, this gives us some problems when we interact with new systems. So I just want to show you a very simple video of this little puppy trying to overcome an obstacle with this dish in his mouth, and actually he can't. So after a few attempts, he decides to just put the dish on the other side and then jump. Yeah, in my opinion, this is a very effective example of intelligence. What's weird in this approach with respect to artificial machines? Well, actually, I think I have to do like this. Okay. In my opinion, intelligence means finding new original solutions. And I'm amazed that the most relevant words used by the people preceding me were something like innovation, solutions, creativity, because actually that's what we expect from humans. But do we really think that the present artificial intelligence contains these abilities? Well, for example, feels like abstraction or contextual information of what the machine is experimenting, passing through semantics, which is giving a very supporting context, and that we call in a more abstract way the meaning, for example, of language, or the meaning of an image, of a video. We can understand what is going on, even if we lose some part or some elements. We can have a general sketch of what is going on. So the question is, are we really sure that these elements are included in present artificial intelligence, or what we call artificial intelligence? Well, someone could ask, well, maybe AI is already like this, isn't it? Well, maybe not really. For example, I want to start from some expectations from past people really involved in the theoretical and practical elaboration of new intelligent systems. For example, Marvin Minsky, who was one of the most relevant researchers in the last century, pioneer in artificial intelligence. And he stated, well, within our generation, the problem of artificial intelligence is going to be substantially solved. So, well, I think that one generation already passed. And I think that we didn't solve this problem, because what is the problem of artificial intelligence? Actually, Ray Kurzweil is a futurist and inventor now working in Google AI. He says in 2022, I bet that AI will surpass native human intelligence by 2029. So we have to wait 7 years in order to check if it's right. But the most relevant claim was given by Ilya Sutskever, co-founder of OpenAI, one of the most prestigious and relevant societies in the world working on artificial intelligence systems. In 2018, said near-term artificial general intelligence should be taken seriously as a possibility. This is very scary, because a lot of people is afraid that a new general intelligence, not human intelligence, can spoil our life, can steal our job. And actually is not talking about artificial intelligence, but artificial general intelligence. It means that the same system who maybe supports you to translate a sentence may give you some support in cooking, or to choose the right restaurant, or to understand or predict or forecast the weather in 1 week. So actually, the artificial general intelligence is really a huge thing that we are not even near to that. Newsweek in 2018 said robots can now read better than humans, putting millions of jobs at risk, and this is scary a lot. But this is true. CNN Money in the same year said computers are getting better than humans at reading. And maybe you know that no more than 1 week ago, a researcher from Google stated that now the artificial intelligence is self-aware. And maybe this is not the real thing. So let's start from some promises that we got, in this case, at least 20 years ago. From a lot of sources, we heard that in a few years we could rely on self-driving cars, self-driving intelligent cars. And this is a very interesting example. Volvo built its own version of a self-driving car and sent it to in the middle of nowhere in Australia in order to check the ability to drive without a human driver. And okay, Australia is very comfortable because there are very long and straight roads and nothing very special may happen. So it, as a first test, it's very good. Actually, at a certain point, the car perceived a kangaroo. And a kangaroo has the feature to jump. So sometimes the kangaroo is on the ground, sometimes is on the air. And the artificial systems in somehow classified things that are on the ground as near and things in the air far away. So in this case, there was an obstacle that at a certain time is very near and after a while is very far and then near and then far. Well, the car simply stuck and couldn't solve the problem. Why? Because Volvo, of course, presented the artificial system the behavior of animals, but they were Scandinavian animals, not kangaroo. So apparently the machine is not able to abstract the concept. Okay, it's an animal, so I don't know what it is, but maybe I can just slow down and wait for it passing away. And then when the danger is gone, I can start again driving. Well, nothing happened like this. As Gary Marcus stated in the very popular book, Rebooting AI, when you drive a car, 95% of what you do is absolutely routine and easily replicated by machines. But the first time a teenager darts out in front of your car on a battery-powered hoverboard, you will have to do something no current machine can do reliably. Reason and act on something new and unexpected, based not on some immense database of prior experience, but on a powerful and flexible understanding of the world. Well, this is one of the main points. Reading machines. Okay, Ray Kurzweil from Google stated that by giving the possibility to the AI to read 100,000 books, then the system could be able to answer any kind of question about these books. One question was, where did Harry Potter meet Hermione Granger? This is, I think everyone who read these books can answer this question. Actually, in the first 20 answers, there was not any kind of right answer. So where? Hermione Granger made this, Harry Potter was doing that with Hermione, but not where. And another example, always concerning Harry Potter. What were the 7 Horcruxes in Harry Potter? Since these Horcruxes never appeared as a list inside the books, one should make some resonance and maybe try to take this information, which is spread out all over the books, and put them together. Well, the machine is not able to make an efficient synthesis of this information. Why? Because mainly these machines are based on some very fine, very powerful statistical reasoning. So if words and sentences appears close together over time, so mainly they will happen together again in future. Okay, this is very roughly the explanation, but more or less it's like this. So there is not real reasoning and mainly no understandings of the text. This is an example of the virtual assistants. I think that now that this is an old example, so maybe it has been fixed. But actually, if one asked the virtual assistant to find a fast food restaurant that's not McDonald's, actually the answer is McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's. Why? Because also in this case, the understandings of the language is based on some statistical features. And the not is not really relevant in that phrase, even if for us it has a very relevant logic importance. We are asking to make a classification of restaurants and identify the McDonald's restaurant and just look outside this category. And this is a kind of abstraction based maybe on language processing. This is another example from Wolfram Alpha, who built another assistant concerning mathematics and geometry and geographical informations. The question was, how far is the border of Mexico from San Diego? I think they are some tens of kilometers. The answer was 1145 miles. And why? Because from the point of view of the machine, the distance was from San Diego and some kind of center of Mexico, not the border. The border possibly never appeared in the full database used to train the machine. So what AI really is? I apologize. I'm going to present very roughly. So I think that everyone working on artificial intelligence can argue that this is partially true. But just to have a main idea about that. So let's say that we have a bunch of data and we want to build a model with machine learning approaches or artificial intelligence or whatever. Well, we can say, well, these data are pretty straight on a straight line. So why not? We can use a linear regression. I think now linear regression is really in the knowledge base of all developers and people working on machine learning. It's very easy. We just can get some frameworks in Python that do the job for us, and we can find this straight line. We can leverage, we can exploit this line to make predictions inside given a given error, maybe doing some Bayesian reasoning with that, and everyone is going to be happy. But maybe, okay, we can do the same with the present artificial intelligence. As you know, now from, say, the beginning of the new century, artificial intelligence became very sub-symbolic. So based on neural networks and neural architectures. So this is just a very simple example, possibly maybe all of you already know about this kind of architecture, and maybe we can build a nonlinear regression. So neural networks and deep learning are very efficient and very relevant systems to build nonlinear regression or nonlinear classifiers and so on and so forth. And so we have a lot of theorems saying that by using this approach, this is a universal machine. So we can solve any kind of regression. We can approximate any kind of sufficiently smooth function in a high number of dimensions. So we are pretty happy, but this is just regression. So it's nonlinear, but the point is always the same. So what AI really is, all these names that we working in AI meet every day, like deep learning is the most popular, or convolutional neural networks for image processing, or recurrent neural networks or transformers too, for taking into account the past information to state what is going to be in the future. Probabilistic neural networks basing their efficiency on the probabilistic description of what is going to be. Autoencoders to explore, and also generative adversarial networks to explore the space where the data lies and the information they bring into the space. And the last newborn is graph neural networks, which are able to build an interpretation of graphs, which is a very relevant topic, especially nowadays in sustainability and mobility and urban stuff. So all these regression systems are based on three main tools: the metric, so the distance, the error the network emits when it tries to build a model; the optimization, which is mainly based on gradient descent, so the attempt to find the minimum error by following the best trajectory in this very high dimensional space, and also the architecture of the neural network. So we impose a given architecture to solve a problem. And some information is really contained in how we build the network, of course. But what happens in case, for example, of novelties? Say that we have all data. We built our straight line model and everything is fine. Then the day after, someone say, oh, please add some new data. This is our reaction. What can we do? I mean, new data, what does it mean? This new data are the same, follow the same statistics, of the same nature of the old data. So maybe I have to change my model. It was linear, now it should be nonlinear. I have to train again my system. I have to put together old data and new data to give a new representation. But this is a memoryless model because it doesn't take into account that new data maybe are a manifestation of something happened over time after the old data. So time is not involved in this process. And we are sure that the original reference system is stationary. Stationary means that its statistics doesn't change over time. Actually, we could have some other roads that we can follow. Maybe make another system, another straight line for new data. But if we want just to train the model on new data and try to conserve the previous information, maybe we can interfere with the old information in a problem we call catastrophic forgetting. These systems tends to forget what we learned in the past, and because the information is somehow perturbed by the new information. So should I build two different models? Is it really a time-dependent model or not? Because, as I said before, maybe new data are representing an evolution of my reference system. Should I deal with the notion stationary system? And in this case, how can I build an artificial intelligent machine which is non-stationary? Actually, all these questions don't have any robust answer. AI is also narrow. Narrow means that it is not open-minded. I mean, in the most relevant, in my opinion, case example is the Alphago machine, which was able to win, if I well remember, 5 match out of 6 with the world champion of this very extremely complex game called Go. It's a Chinese game. And actually, Lee Sedol, which is the world champion, said he was able to win just one match because at a certain point of the match, he imagined a move which was really absurd. So it was inspired by some, I don't know, you get some insight, and he didn't even know why. Actually, he made this very weird move, and the machine couldn't calculate the future scenarios. And actually, the human could win. Otherwise, 5 matches have been lost by humans. But this machine is only able to win at Go. you cannot ask its impression about, I don't know, poems or movies. So we have a bunch of very well-defined systems which are very good in solving very specific problems. And this is not, we cannot classify this, the thing as a general intelligence. So can AI be open-ended? Well, I'm sorry, I'm using a graph which is a bit strange. So imagine that the points which are here are the knowledge you have. So the knowledge, when you explore your own knowledge, you pass from a node to another one. But sometimes, or maybe this can be, for example, a social network of people knowing each other. Sometimes when you explore what you already know, sometimes you can have some new idea and you move in this blue region, which is called, from our point of view, adjacent possible. So some new ideas which are somehow some recombination, some intuition about something new, but is not really far away, is not an absurd idea. It's a new idea, it's a new person in a social network, for example, which is relatively close to what we know. And we can expand our knowledge. So the white dashed circles, which are outside the blue region, they are information, they are concepts or friends, which at this time they are not yet possible. Maybe improving, extending our knowledge, maybe in future we can also get this new information. So it's a kind of metaphor of what technology and science and thinking and creativity and arts moves over time. So we increase our knowledge, we increase our ability to imagine something new by step. Can we do that with an artificial intelligence? Well, that's what I'm trying to do here in Rome. I'm trying to build systems that moves like that. Can AI be symbolic? Of course it is. It can be. Taking into account that until the end of the last century, AI was only based on symbolic reasonment. Then this big revolution of deep learning changed the rules, but actually now several researchers are trying to put them together, the symbolic level and the sub-symbolic level together, in order to give the machines the ability to reason, to think about more abstract levels. And in my opinion, this is a very interesting and relevant way to improve our knowledge about this kind of systems. So I'm going to conclude. This is my own prediction. I think that in the case of sub-symbolic AI based on deep learning is scraping nowadays the bottom of the barrel. We are really leveraging every possibility offered by this kind of systems. So my opinion is that in the next few years, we are going to live another big revolution in artificial systems, which maybe are able to forget of the limitations and the tools we are actually using, because we know that other parallel tools, about them we don't have sufficient knowledge, mathematical knowledge, so we cannot treat them in a theoretical way. But actually, I just want to stress that the human mind really doesn't work like a deep learning systems, unless we are talking about primary cortex as visual cortex or auditory cortex and so on. So I think that we scientists, researchers, and also developers should be working side to side to explore all the possibilities and to invent new way to approach problems. And I think this occasion for you, for all of you, is a great occasion to improve your way to approach this kind of challenges, and it's very, very exciting from my side too. So stay tuned and well trained. Don't stop to read papers. Don't stop to build your knowledge. Don't stop to imagine something different, because this is very relevant for our field. So I'm concluded. So thank you, everybody, and mainly good luck to all the people that will attend the Big Hack.
Alessandro, for this deep dive. Sorry, I wasn't sure my microphone was on. So thank you for this deep dive and really inspirational speech. So thanks a lot.
Thank you too.
So now each promoting company has produced a video to present their challenge on which the hackathon participants are committed to. So we are now presenting the video from the company Eni. The challenge is Smart Cities Hack, and the speaker is Domenica Surace, Startup Acceleration Manager at Joule, Eni School of Entrepreneurship. And we remind that the winners will be awarded by up to 5,000 euros in Amazon vouchers. 1,000 will be allocated for each team member for a maximum of 5 members.
Hi everyone, and thanks for participating to the Big Hack. I'm Domenica Surace, and I work as a monitoring and reporting manager for Joule, the Eni School of Entrepreneurship. Eni is a global energy company present in 69 countries and operating along the entire energy value chain. We are committed to the energy transition process through tangible actions aimed at achieving the total decarbonization of products and processes by 2015. Joule is Eni School of Sustainable Entrepreneurship. Our mission is to support sustainable startup ecosystems through training and acceleration programs. As a school of innovation and entrepreneurship, we are happy to be part of Makers community, because Joule and the Makers have in common the focus on innovators, entrepreneurs, startups that solve problems and contribute to creating a more sustainable society. This is why we would like to invite you to participate to our challenge. The objective of the Smart Cities Hack Challenge is to develop innovative and digital solutions for smart and sustainable cities of the future. We are launching this challenge in order to find solutions to contribute to making cities safe and sustainable, as required by the goal number 11 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development of the United Nations. As you know, the world's population is constantly increasing. Today, more than half of the global population lives in cities, a proportion that is expected to increase to 17% by 2050. Cities have an enormous environmental footprint. They occupy just 3% of the world's surface, but are responsible for 3/4 of global resource consumption and 75% of global emissions. Traffic, climate, air status, accessibility of buildings, electricity flow, smart mobility, circular economy are just some examples of what the city of the future will have to manage on a daily basis. Then, we need your help and we look forward to your solutions. Thank you for participating, and I hope to meet you all next October to celebrate together the 10th birthday of Maker Faire at the Gasometro area in Rome, Ostiense, where Joule's headquarters is. So good luck to all, and may the best win. Bye!
We have now the video of IAV. The challenge is let's give a contribution to MS system, and the speaker is Pasquale Rovito, head of research and development and head of digital transition Ente Autonomo Volturno. In this case, the winning team will win 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
Hello everyone. Our challenge is let's give a contribution to mass systems. But first let me introduce myself. I am Pasquale Rovito from Ente Autonomo Volturno. a company that represents the merger of 3 different local public transport companies. I am currently R&D manager, but I have always worked in the information technology sector, and I have developed ground train communication systems and public information systems. The Ente Autonomo Volturno EAV is the most important local public transport company in the Campania region and operates both in the railway sector and in the road transport sector. Naples ranked first in a national call for mass services, financed with the European funds, so at this moment we are particularly sensitive to mass mobility as a service systems. Mass systems aim to enable intermodal travel choices and to add value to travel. The goal is to improve the services offered, the quality and the value perceived by customers, also for what regards sustainability. Mass systems are preparing to provide intermodal travel possibilities through large centralized information repositories, NAP, National Access Point. In the near future, there will be companies with small vehicles such as scooters, monopattini, that on the last part of the journey will interact with the major mobility players such as Trenitalia or Italo. In this fascinating but less stable reality than the current one, the center of gravity is the passenger. With this interest is a need to know the travel opportunities and to move safely to a more efficient and rich travel experience. In this new scenario, the goal or challenge is to develop innovative solutions, for example, dedicated apps, even simple but smart, to enrich the journey and meet the customer's need. So, enjoy your challenge and let's give a contribution to mass systems. Bye!
So we have now Almaviva, and the challenge is digital talent shortage. Can AI technology drive the best match between companies and workers' need? The speaker is Sergio Nicodemo, Chief Operating Officer, Almaviva Digital Tech. In this case, the winning team will win 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
Morning, I'm Sergio Nicodemo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Almaviva Digital Tech. Almaviva Digital Tech is an Almaviva group company. Almaviva is a system integrator, leader on digital transformation of public administration. In last years, we had the opportunity to focus on several market domains and edge technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, Internet of Things, and so on. It's our fourth time that we have the pleasure to be involved on this fantastic event, Big Hack, and for this reason I want to really thank Valeria Fascione and Giorgio Ventre. This year we want to focus our challenge of a big problem that companies and workers are facing in these years, and is the digital talent shortage. Especially due to the pandemic situation, the way companies and workers keep in touch during the recruiting process has radically changed. On one hand, the companies are wasting lots of time and money for the recruiting process without big results. On the other side, the workers are going back and forward from company to another one just to increase their working condition, but without evaluating really the new opportunities. Here is the challenge. How can technology and especially artificial intelligence help all the recruiting process in order to benefit not only companies but also workers? In order to facilitate your challenge, we will provide you an artificial intelligence platform owned by AlmaWave, that is an Almaviva group company focused on artificial intelligence. So don't wait, join us.
Have now the company VMware Tanzu. The challenge is the future of digital accessibility Breaking Inclusiveness Barriers, Tanzu Hackathon. Speaker Pierluigi Scardazza, Regional Director Italy and Iberia, VMware Tanzu. Also for this challenge, the winning team will be awarded by 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
Hi everyone, I'm Pierluigi Scardazza, Regional Director for Italy and Iberia of VMware Tanzu. Tanzu is the branch of VMware focused on application modernization. So we are focused on all the topics related to developers, DevOps, and containers. Today we are here to welcome you on this new challenge. As VMware, we are very focused on ESG topics, so everything related to environmental, social, and governance, according to Agenda 2030. Today, I would like you to be focused on solutions based on our open source software in order to deliver innovative applications based on our technology. So I hope you will select our challenge, and good luck from me and from the whole VMware Tanzu team.
We are ready now with the fifth video. The companies Defense Tech, Thales Alenia Space, and Telespazio. The challenge is the space attack, and the speaker is Aaron Viaggio, Chief Scientist Officer for Defense Tech. Then we have Oreste Trematerra, Head of Advanced Technology for Thales Alenia Space, and Stefano Becco, Head of Technology, EPR, and Product Policy for Telespazio. Also, in this case, the winning team will win 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
This is Stefano Becco, Head of Technology and Product Policy in Telespazio, and I'm here today to introduce you the challenge that Defense Tech, Thales Alenia Space in Italy, and Telespazio set up for you. All the three companies are dealing with space and cybersecurity. This is why the challenge. You see, today the sky is blue and the sun is shining, but above the blue sky there's the black space, and in the black space thousands and thousands of satellites are turning around our heads, helping us in our daily activities, like communication, navigation, weather forecast, and many others. We need to be aware of the fact that all those satellites are linked to their ground stations, and each ground station exchanges messages with them, telling them what to do and when. But what if there were black hats in the black space?
Dear challengers, my name is Oreste Trematerra, Head of Advanced Technology in Thales Alenia Space. The big hat is coming. For this challenge, you are the black hat in black space. Your organization has intercepted our communication between ground segment and space asset. Let me tell you that the security in satellite communication for all of us is very important. So, all communication are protected by different countermeasures. In this case, the message exchanged are encrypted with different keys. So, now you have important encrypted message on your table. Will you able to decipher it? It doesn't matter how, but if you are successful. Are you ready for that?
I'm Aaron Visaggio. I'm the head of research and development of Defense Tech. Defense Tech is a company operating in aerospace, cyber security, and system engineering. Satellite communication is one of the most critical areas of security in aerospace. In this hackathon, you will be called to show up your abilities and attacking satellite communications, and you will be called to decrypting messages among satellites.
We have now the sixth video. The company is Acea, and the challenge is Geosociety, Green Ecological Open Society. Speaker Silvia Celani, Head of Innovation of Acea. And also in this case, the winning team will win 2,500 euros.
I'm Silvia Celani, Head of Innovation in Acea. Acea is one of the main Italian multi-utilities, leading national operator in water management, energy with production, distribution and sales, and environment with waste management. The health planet is today one of the most important challenges. We need to avoid huge problems in the very near future. Acea Industrial Plan forecasts 2.1 billion investment in sustainability objectives. For this reason, the challenge we are launching, the Big Hack 2022, is on sustainability. Focus on the ecological transition and the ESGs, decarbonization, sustainability, biodiversity, and circular economy. Think to solutions that support the digital transition of our city in order to achieve the objective of the 2030 Agenda. Develop the theme of a net zero company in which innovative services are implemented for a smart and sustainable city. Think, for example, solutions that support the creation of energy communities, the energy transition, and the digital transformation of urban spaces, like sustainable mobility and co-working apps. Thanks for your participation, and don't forget, enjoy!
We have now the seventh presentation. The company is Resa and General Directorate for Health Protection and Coordination of USAR from Campania region. The challenge is Smart Health, We Take Care. The speaker, Corrado Cucurullo, President Resa SPA, and the award will be 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
I'm Corrado Cucurullo and the chairman of the board of directors at Soresa. Soresa is a Campania regional public-owned company that is a group purchasing organization. We buy more than 1.3 billion of drugs per year and 1 billion of other goods and services. We are also the technological advisor for digital transformation, technological solutions, and mobile health in Campania. Moreover, we provide many finance and management services to the regional department of health and public-owned organizations. We are really happy to attend the 6th edition of Big Hack with our challenge, Smart Health, We Take Care. We sponsor this challenge jointly with the Regional Department of Health and under the scientific supervision of Dr. Alessandro Perrella. The main goal of our challenge is to provide clinical information to chronic patients through mobile devices or web apps. First, we will inform patients about their therapeutic pathways and drug availability in regional drugstores. Second, we will support patients with trained and qualified health and social professionals. We trust in connected care model to share information and strategy among different players along the whole patient flow. This model integrates hospital care and primary care through technologies. Our challenge mentor is Massimo Di Gennaro, our Chief Innovation Officer. Let's start and good luck.
We have now, last but not least, the company Tecno. The challenge is Personal Sustainability Coach. The speaker is Salvatore Amitrano, CFO of Gruppo Tecno, and the winning team will win 2,500 euros in Amazon vouchers.
I am Salvatore Amitrano, and I'm the
CFO of the Gruppo Tecno. Tecno is a company, an Italian company, founded in 1999 from Mr. Lombardi, that operates as a support of the customers, especially SMEs, in the energy efficiencies and also in the sustainable transformation. Tecno create a new project, Polo della Sostenibilità, that means an environment composed by company, research institute and institution that can together, according with SDG 17, try to help the companies to the sustainable transformation. Inside this project, it's important to have some new technology, some a digital platform that can support the choice of the entrepreneur. The challenge is related to the platform that could be able to give to the decision making, that is manager or entrepreneur, to understand how the daily activity of the people, of the companies can have impact on the environment, can have impact on the green effect of the company. Inside this new paradigm that support the possibility to transform big data in good data, we ask for a challenge from you. We expect from you a possibility to develop a new tools that can support the choose of a green choose, the choose of the growth of the company related to the right choose. And I am confident that you will be able to do that, and I hope and that you enjoy in this new challenge to reach the target.
So, now let me thank once again Regione Campania, Apple Developer Academy, the University Federico II of Naples, Make It Fair Rome, Innova Camera, and the Chamber of Commerce in Rome, all promoting companies, and special thanks to all participants working now on successful projects. The next appointment for all of you, it will be next Monday, 27th at 6 p.m. for the award ceremony and the closing event. Thank you for being with us and good luck.